Hello, hello. Where y'all at? Hi. Hey, Kay Nicole. How are you? I hope all is well with you. To the six that are currently watching, hey, how y'all doing? 10. Welcome, welcome all. Even to some of my haters that are in here. Could be lurking from the bushes. What's up? How y'all doing? Um, this live is about other people's lives and podcasts and people call themselves being truthful and are not truthful. And I feel like I just can't take it. Hey Tori, hey love, how you doing? I cannot I just cannot deal with lies. I just can't, y'all. And anything that I know that I witnessed with my own eyes, I just can't deal with the lies. So I have to speak the truth. Um, I done had my beefs with everybody who dislike me and for reasons of me disowning them and disconnecting myself from them. That's cool. To each their own, and it's good that we have parted ways because everything ain't forever. Life isn't forever. I understand Dana J has went live. I understand Sylvia has went live, and I understand that Shabazz had did a podcast today or yesterday. I don't know. Because I really don't be in tune to everybody's listening. Because I really don't care what many have to say. Hey, K baby, how y'all doing? I ride solo. How you doing, sweetheart? Hey sis Ebony, how you? But here's the thing with this Jasmine situation. The story that Dana is telling, he's going all over the place. Parts of what he's saying is true. But what he isn't admitting is how everything actually unfolded. So here's the story. And I've been told y'all before. I even told you Hollywood Next, Pieces of the Puzzle. I told y'all what happened. And you just can't make shit up. It is what it is. Before we left to go to Chicago, and our first time going to support Robert in state court, Jasmine Johnson were in a picture with Dana Jackson, Dana J. Dana J picture read, guess who I ran into? He says he ran into Jasmine. I believe that they were in, not Chicago, that they were still in Atlanta because the location of the picture looked very familiar and it looks more to Atlanta settings to me than it looked like it was a Chicago setting. So anyway, regardless of how and when they met or what location, they were with each other. Dana is telling y'all how the child didn't have no money. He's not lying about that. He's not lying about the fact that Denise, who y'all know as Sunshine, that would be on Dana's channel, um, was buying and let her come into her hotel room at the Trump Towers. There's no lie on that. Denise was a Him Too member. So, and when I say Him Too member, we had a group and still consist of this group. So everyone in there was considered Him Too. Even down to Sharon Wimbush, her fucking self, was a part of Him Too. Darlene April was a part of Him Too. Jasmine Johnson also was a part of Him Too. Prima Donna, who I did not know as Shanice Sharisa Yarborough, was also part of Him Too. So when y'all like to call and put everybody in a part of Him Too, be mindful that this was a group. And these people who were in this group were Him Too members. Okay? So when y'all like to say, oh, Him Too this and Him Too that, you don't know what you're talking about. So just put a leash on your neck or put a zipper on your mouth and just fuck up because you don't know what you're talking about. So, Dana J is with this girl, Jasmine. They are at Chicago at the Trump Towers. Denise is there at the Trump Towers. The story that he is telling about Sylvia is true because this was repeated, not just through his mouth, but if anybody knows or recall Miss Ronda, who is a big MJ, Michael Jackson fan that is, and also a supporter of R. Kelly's, and you can see her in even the headlines that people have been taking pictures of R. Kelly supporters out there. You would see a lot of signs out there, and Miss Rhonda was one of those women that were holding signs. So Miss Rhonda is a frequent supporter of R. Kelly's. She's been there and been going back and forth to support him. Hey Sherry, everyone. Hey sis, it's okay. They love you. But Rhonda had told the story along with Demetria Felden. This story that Rhonda told was also given on Trent Opinionated News about what took place at the Trump Towers. Him too was not there. The way that Dana is giving the story, it is making it appear as if him too was there when the Sylvia jumping out of cars and the Jasmine situation with Denise and all that. That didn't take place with him too. Him too wasn't there. I was where I live now, North Carolina. D is where she lives. New York. Demi was where she lived, which is Texas. Antoinette is the only person who arrived early. And she was at our Airbnb with OCD. She did not meet up as planned with her and Demetria to have lunch at the Continental Hotel in Chicago. Her and Antoinette didn't meet up because Antoinette was too busy trying to clean up the Airbnb. Not that it was a dirty place, but what I'm telling y'all is that she has OCD. So it was out of place to her. It didn't fit her standards to what she felt like. She just was just everything. She did every linen, everything to utensils in the house. She just recleaned everything in the house. The house was sparkling clean. As a matter of fact, one person who is no longer in this fight anymore is what's her name? Sugar and Spice. Sugar and Spice, she knows what the Airbnb looked like because we were on live, me and her. We're not live, we were on Messenger, and she was able to view what our Airbnb looked like. And she was like, oh, this is nice. And I was like, thank you. So, she knew that the house was nice and in good living conditions. We had a rooftop deck and the whole nine, personal, away from people, living in this Airbnb where we were at. Dana J had his own Airbnb. Jasmine did not have an Airbnb. Right before Jasmine got involved, I'm not going to say got involved, reached out and met up with Dana J. Jasmine was just asking another man who was also a member of a lot of R. Kelly support groups and through these YouTube streets and on Twitter, wherever you want to look for it, IG, whatever, he's been around. I'm not going to put his name out there. But she was asking the man to pay her phone bill, which was $40. That's why I thought Shabazz was crazy for paying an $800 damn phone bill when the bitch had just recently asked the nigga to pay a $40 phone bill. Didn't make no sense to me. So when he said it to me, I was like, nigga, they played you. You know what I mean? Like, that bitch phone bill ain't but $40. So, to clear that part up, Jasmine was a bum bitch before she got to where she got to, okay? Let's just be clear. Now, Jasmine ended up there with Dana J and Denise. Jasmine was sitting down, from my understanding, from what Dana J told me what precisely took place before I even went to that gym to meet with R. Kelly along with my sisters, who are the official Him Too members, who are the true women who actually been on the front lines and been putting in this work. Those are the real Him Too members. Okay? These are the officials that I am speaking of. I'm not talking about people who gathered together and came into a group, just like and let me see, Daddy Lolo has a group to celebrating R. Kelly. So I mean, at the end of the day, there's all kinds of groups. There were a group called Happy People. Some of y'all be trying to act like y'all don't know, but y'all know because y'all been in these groups, and this what led y'all to the YouTube. Because before YouTube, y'all were in these groups. But y'all with the dumb shit, acting like y'all don't know what took place. And I'm saying it because it's exactly what you were, like Lovely One, because you fucking tried it when you call yourself trying to tell my story, our story, and had the story all confused. As Sylvia today with her BS, and Dana with him telling a portion of the story and mixing it up. See, the truth is going to be the truth. You can't be adding in extra shit. Tell it for what it is. You know what I mean? What took place, what took place. So he tells us that Sylvia, Demetria, and the lady Ronda, Dallas, and all of them arrives to the Trump Towers. And the story with him saying, when he just says on his live that he's facing Rob and Rob is facing him, this is what he said to me that took place. Because he called my phone when I finally made it to my Airbnb that night. All of this happened before we got there. Okay, we wasn't there. We didn't see none of this shit. But so somehow his story adds up with Rhonda. So therefore, I'm going to say there's truth to it because Rhonda said the same thing. Yes, Dana is known to be a liar. And even through some of his lies, he has told part truths. But the majority of his shit has been lies to make himself look good and added in shit. And Dana ain't trying to take no shots at you. I'm just calling it what it is. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to love it. And you said someone challenged you. It ain't about challenge you, but I don't like the way that you was telling your story because it made it appear as if him too was always involved in something. And how the Jasmine with Rob situation took place. When you spoke about Jasmine meeting with Robert at the Trump Towers, that never took place. With us going out and none of that. No. If anybody remembers that him too did an interview. Shalonda Sharice, you were there. Sitting in the lobby. Alexis Coop, you were also there sitting in that lobby. Along with my sisters, D. Wilson, Antoinette, and Demi. Jasmine, you were there. Daddy Lolo, you were there. We were all at the Trump Towers. Yes, Robert was meeting with his attorneys. But this is the day after the fact that they pulled up to the Trump Towers and Sylvia. Sylvia was nowhere near none of this situation here. Rhonda was nowhere near around. Neither was Dallas. Actually, to my understanding, they were dropped off at the airport because of what took place with the situation that Miss Demetria was pretty pissed about Dallas being sent in to pretend to be a makeup artist. The makeup artist conversation did not hold any place near me or the ears of him too. We heard all of this after we done came back to our fucking rightful states. Okay? When it was all on Twitter, when the people were mad at us for fucking coming after Jasmine because Jasmine was telling a bold-faced lie that she was with Robert in some fucking sexual compromising positions. Even Dr. Rice know because I called him when Robert got flown to New York City the first time around. I called Dr. Rice when he put that video out and asked him what the hell he meant by intimate because that's a whole lie. None of that never took place. I even told Shabazz that when we did the documentary that that girl was lying. None of that happened. I told him exactly what took place. So, Jasmine never showed her ID. Never, and I repeat to R. Kelly. She showed her ID to Alexis Coop. So at Soul Moon 88, who is Jasmine, was arguing back and forth with Sharon, or either it was Alexis. One of those two was arguing back and forth with Jasmine on Twitter when they were saying on Twitter that Jasmine was at the Greyhound bus and all of that, and Dunkin' Donuts, taking baths, and having the handicap symbol, all that type shit. Don't act like y'all don't remember this shit because most of y'all was aware and seen it. So with that being said, with Jasmine doing all this shit right here, Jasmine told that lady, Sharon, or Alexis, I don't know who, I'm not here trying to start no fights with Alexis Cool, because you already know I don't care. And ain't nothing Will or nobody else gonna do. You can run to whoever. You can go tell it on the mountaintop. I said what I said, and I'm saying what I'm saying. Because ain't none of y'all gonna check me in real life face to face. Because you had those opportunities. And nobody made that budge. And I ain't Billy Badass, but I'm saying, if and then ever, I'm always ready. I'm on go mode. Understand that. So the woman is saying to Sharon, I showed you the ID. Now, I know for a fact Sharon Wimbush was not who we were supposed to be knowing. And I don't think that they're the same people. I don't know. Because I've never seen Sharon. None of y'all have. Other than a picture. I'm not coming for you, Sharon, but you done came for me long enough. So if whatever I'm saying offends you, it offends you. And I ain't here to sugarcoat shit. But what I am literally telling y'all, that on Twitter, those who seen it know for a fact that that was taking place about the ID of Jasmine. Robert did not ever come down on that video of us in the Trump Towers with the blue shirts with R. Kelly on there. That's why everybody started doing shirts coming out to support R. Kelly when they started coming out, because, and it's not trying to put us on a higher stage or whatever. We were the ones who started with the shirts and all that type of stuff, also with the rallies before Dana J. Okay? I'm sticking to my story. Challenge me. I said what I said. Now, if y'all saw that Trump video, at the Trump's video, at the Trump Hotel, we were in there. Me and Demi did an interview. And there were questions asked. And when we spoke to Phases, we spoke about how our night was at the gym when we met R. Kelly. Okay? R. Kelly had never came down. So he did not meet with that girl in that lobby and saw no ID. Dana J came to me and Demi and Shalonda and said to us, while Jasmine was drunk all over the fucking Trump Towers, just drunk. Denise was drunk with the beer cover. Y'all know how your great grandparents and your aunties and uncles or whatever, and they out there at the cookout, or they sitting in their little chairs, whatever, and they got the little cup holder, and they got that little styrofoam cup thingy to cover their beer. Well, she was walking, she had a paper towel wrapped around hers. So I was just like, what the fuck is this? This motherfucker all down in the lobby with a whole beer, like, wrapped up in paper towel. This motherfucker is hood. You know what I'm saying? But that's just who Denise is, okay? Denise was just hood with her shit. And Denise was sitting there. Alexis had came in and got mad because Robert went out another door. Nobody seen when Robert took off. They saw when the Sprinter left, but they didn't see when Robert entered that Sprinter. This is when Dana comes back to tell us Rob said he want to go out, and we're gonna go out tonight. And Jasmine was like, "Oh, I want to go." And then that's when Dana started saying what he is saying now that Robert has said. But Robert didn't say this to Jasmine. He didn't say it to us. So I don't know if that's true. But I just know that Robert did not tell that to Jasmine directly because he was not around Jasmine. Okay? At that point in time. He was not around her. Let's be clear. Robert Sylvester Kelly, King of R&B, Kells, R. Kelly, Rob, Mr. Kelly, whatever name y'all would like to call him, the Pied Piper, was not and did not tell that to Jasmine Johnson. He did not tell her that. Now, what he did tell Jasmine was in the Sprinter situation, the night that I was around Jasmine, when she was around him, and the story that she came telling y'all that he taught me how to tongue kiss and all that bullshit, and he was touching on her butt and all that. That's a whole fucking lie. None of that never fucking took place. She was trying to jump that man fucking bones like nobody was sitting in that fucking sprinter with her. And she was called out by an older woman who is a Him Too member who happened to be Antoinette. Antoinette said to her, Jasmine, that's not ladylike. What are you doing? And Robert kept pulling his coat with a cigar in his hand. And he asked me for a light. I gave him a light. And he started smoking. And then I was like, well, I'm going to smoke my damn cigarette. Shit. You mind if I smoke? He was like, go ahead. And Jasmine just kept inching her fucking way. Now, mind you, sitting beside Robert is my sister Demi. So like I told y'all in the past, if y'all saw Demi, those who know Demi know that Demi has big thighs and hips. I don't know where Robert thought he was going to go unless he was going to just be in Demi's lap and she hold him like a baby. Because he's trying to get the fuck away from Jasmine. Okay? He's trying to get the far fuck away from her. So, whenever we arrived to our Airbnb, she was like, oh, something's touching my butt wet. And he was like, ain't nothing on your butt but those Gatorades. Know that. Like, that's the only thing that was touching her. Because he wasn't, in which he wasn't, because his hands was always in front of him. With my lighter that he stole, yep. And me and him laugh about that. And I'm like, nigga, you stole my lighter? He was like, hell yeah, I stole it. I was like, I know now that you the type of nigga that you can't put a bick around because you will steal it. And he was like, hell yeah. So, you know, Father's Day, we had him a lighter engraved with his initials on it, along with some cigars and all this other good shit or whatever. And not just him too, but other people also bought things and gifts for Robert for Father's Day. But anyway, Dana isn't lying about the fact about the address being given. Dana did not know, or allegedly Dana was not supposed to know, because I know for a fact none of us knew that Jasmine was still in Chicago because it was told that she was leaving. No, actually, no. We knew that Jasmine was supposed to be in Chicago because she had emptied out allegedly her dorm out in college in South Carolina, where she allegedly was going to school at. She had emptied out her shit and put it in storage. And she said that she was moving. She was going to stay in Chicago and wasn't going to come back home to South Carolina. And I was like, this bitch is crazy. Like, why would you do that? You in school, like, why would you be doing all that? Now, if the child had her son with her, how is she able to do this if she was there raising her child? Nope. Because her mom's had this little boy. You know what I mean? And as she told Dr. Rice, he taught her how to French kiss. And then she went over there to that bullshit and told Shabazz that same dumb shit in his documentary that Rob taught her how to French kiss and all that. Bitch, you got a whole fucking son. Who the fuck had to teach you how to French kiss? And he said he liked my lips. Bitch, you didn't even have no hair on your head. Talk about like your fucking lips. I can understand that that's all could be seen was your fucking lips that was outstanding because you was like this. Damn lips sat out there like that. But you wasn't attractive. You looked at a hot fucking mess. And every fucking woman that had class about herself pushed her to the side and told her about her behavior and why she was out there looking like that. And it was not a good look. She was being chastised. I didn't have no chastising to give the bitch because she was fucking lying from day fucking one. And I just was like, I'll punch in her face. You know what I mean? And they was just like, don't do that. And I'm like, it's time and a place for everything. I'm not going to beat this bitch up. R. Kelly already got issues going on. I'm not going to fuck her up because the police is going to come because I'm going to beat her fucking shit in. So I'm not going to do this for this man to have more issues. So that's why she was able to breathe and live. Because I should have cracked her shit open. But on the strength of what this man was going through, she was fucking saved. Call it saved by grace. But Dana is not telling y'all the truth about how this girl was around Rob. He might be, then went to the part of his story where she got mad and wanted to be around Rob and wanted to know why he wasn't paying her any attention. Bitch, I just explained to you, were bald head. You ain't even had no weave in a bag. You didn't have nothing. Who wanted your rat ass? What it is that you really believe that him and Asante McGee had something going on in Geronda, that you thought you could bring your little raggedy ass in, and somebody wanted your little bald-headed ass. Anybody want you, Jasmine? And to rape you, girl, boo. A dog in heat wouldn't have raped you. The men and women who live in Tent City wouldn't have had sex with you. Nobody wants you. Now, Dana J didn't rape that bitch. She was jealous of Dana talking to anybody and was like, if shit come out and go wrong or whatever, don't say nothing to me. Because Dana wasn't paying her ass no mind. Dana, when he said to y'all that he went back after all this stuff took place about us going out and that Robert had called him and asked him when he was at, yeah, him and Jasmine had sex. Let me tell you why he lying. Because I, myself, Demi, and Shalonda, and Dana J left. And we took him to Rob's favorite cigar spot. He didn't go to an Airbnb to go back to be with Jasmine. Jasmine was left at the fucking Trump Towers where he left her ass at. And she asked him, are you leaving me? He said, I didn't bring you here. That's how she ended up in motherfucking Denise's fucking hotel at the Trumps. Because Dana was taken back by the driver, Shalonda, Sharice, myself, and Demi. Dropped him off in a whole little suburban area way outside, far away from the Trump Towers. I mean, some miles and miles and miles away. At least 20 to 30 minutes. It wasn't even the city where we went into. And this is the same place that allegedly Sylvia and them pulled up at, that he's saying that Rob called and asked. No. When Rob called and asked him that, Siobhan, Demi, D was currently at the airports in New York, in North Carolina, in Texas, and Antoinette was at our Airbnb in Chicago, minding her fucking business. We was nowhere around any of that shit. With the pull up and the whole nine. Now, like I said, you can go to Trent's channel, Opinionated News, and you will hear Rhonda tell y'all what happened when they pulled up to Biggs or Briggs, whatever cigar lounge, and they heard Robert mention that at the Trump Towers, a place again that I nor the other members of him too overheard, because we wasn't even nowhere in the state of fucking Chicago, and only one member was, and she was nowhere near the fucking Trump Towers. So we didn't know nothing about none of this. But Miss Rhonda is telling Trent, when Trent is in his car driving, it's a video with Trent in the car driving, and Rhonda is on the phone, and Rhonda is telling him what the fuck took place. Now, what's crazy is before Rhonda told online, talking to Trent, we have already told this story to everybody. On every fucking social media site that everybody was gathered around to go and peep and see what was new or R. Kelly or looking for drama and gossip. I'm telling y'all firsthand that I, nor my sisters of the him too, was ever present around Jasmine and Sylvia when they were doing all this shit that has allegedly took place. Now, I gotta have a cigarette, y'all. Data speaks about the gym situation. He calls my phone when I finally get to Chicago, and I'm like, what's up? He was like, yo, you won't fucking believe it, yo. These motherfuckers was out here, was so embarrassing. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, the members from I My Brother's Keeper, they pulled up and left the car and drive still at the Trump Tower screaming, oh my God, R. Kelly, R. Kelly, R. Kelly. which I know that the oh my God, R. Kelly was nobody other than Sylvia that was doing that, because this video out there right now today of you can hear Sylvia out there when C. Costa is playing R. Kelly's Filling in the Air, and he has on that striped suit and the umbrella is over him and he's doing this here crying with the shades on. And she's running down the fucking street with some more fucking groupies. Oh my God, R. Kelly, R. Kelly. Oh my God, oh my God. We love you, R. Kelly. We love you, R. Kelly. This is the shit that they were doing when they supposed to be out there holding goddamn signs with me and Demi. They were running down the motherfucking street after R. Kelly. I'm like, what the fuck? They done drop signs, y'all. Boop, boop, boop. Signs drop. Boop, boop, boop. There go R. Kelly. These bitches running. Oh my God, we love you. They just running down the street. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, what are you? Are you a fucking supporter? Or are you here to be a fucking groupie? Which one is it? So I know that some people was there to support and others was there just because they were groupies and they wanted to see R. Kelly. And they attached themselves to people who actually wanted to be there and was there to actually fight for this man rights, for him to never be locked up. But it happened. But please, I ain't trying to start no beef, but you're not gonna put shit out there and you not tell the story like it was fucking, like it happened. Cause again, I will keep preaching till I am blue in the face, gray, purple, whatever, dead. I don't give a fuck. I wasn't there. My sisters was not there. Robert was not around a lot of this shit. Robert didn't see any ID. Alexis Coop is the one who received the ID. That I know for a fact of Jasmine's. Not Robert. Alexis wanted to see how old this bitch was. Robert was trying to stay far the fuck away from her. So please don't do that. Tell the story like it was, and don't be trying to put this man in the midst of more bullshit, saying that this little bitch was underage. That hoe was a whole grown ass woman, and I am not censoring my mouth. What has happened has been trashy, disgusting, disgraceful, and there is no cleaning up to the trash that has been swept all over for the last fucking 3 years in this man's midst of fucking freedom. Okay? So I'm not finna sugarcoat the shit. The bitch was a bum, and the bitch is a fucking bum. Y'all need to see pictures of her standing out there with those little field boot Tims on and a little green jacket and jeans, and she looking like a little fucking rat looking for some cheese with the little tiny ass ponytail. Probably wasn't studying that fucking bitch. And when they say that Dana was running down the fucking street chasing the fucking sprinter, well, bitch, please don't forget to add that raggedy bitch goddamn Jasmine. Okay? Let's not. And let's not forget the Sylvia fat ass was running down the goddamn street. After they sat up there and ripped up the motherfucking t-shirt that says Free R. Kelly. No, Unmute R. Kelly on it. We had a white one and a black one, and this day we wore black. The white one y'all saw when we were marching with faces up there recording the video. The second day we had the black with the gray face in it in red letters. This motherfucker done sat here and chop like she from the 70s, a fucking hippie and shit. With some stripy ass fucking pants all the way up to her motherfucking stomach, just looking like a hot fucking mess with her fupa and another fupa and some more fupas just sitting out there on top of her shit. And they just running out the fucking courthouse when they knew that everybody had an assigned thing to do to be sure that we were professional in what we were doing. And it just wasn't a him too thing, okay? There was I, my brother's keeper, happy people, multiple fucking support groups were out there. So stop always putting him too in the midst of something that you know nothing of. when you wasn't there. You got you can put 2 cents in a whole lot of shit, but you can't put 2 cents in a fucking ticket for a flight or a bus or in the gas tank to be there. Shut the fuck up. I said it. Yeah, I meant it. Just shut up. Cause nobody want to hear you if you ain't screaming free R. Kelly. Okay? You wasn't on them front lines doing that with any of these people that we are speaking of. Those that got a lot of input wasn't there doing nothing but watching and fucking causing chaos and hating the fact that we were out there doing it. Oh, it ain't but like 5 or 10 people. I don't give a fuck how many people it was. I know your ass wasn't in there. That we do know. Those who had so much to say, you wasn't there. So don't tell nobody about how they should fight and how many people should be out there fighting because your ass wasn't in the midst of that goddamn counting. You wasn't one plus another motherfucker, okay? So there wasn't two. There wasn't you. We subtracting. We ain't adding because you wasn't in there. You wasn't in the midst. But y'all had so much to say when all this was going on. And when we came back and told y'all what the fuck Jasmine was doing and how we find out Jasmine is fucking in Chicago still, it was through a member of Happy People and him too. And I am my brother's keeper. Some of the same people were in all of these groups. And this woman lived in Chicago by the name of Trina. Trina had made a post saying that she was happy to finally meet some of the people. Those people that she had mentioned was Daddy Lolo and Jasmine Johnson. She had the post up, but then later the post disappeared. So Big Sister D. Wilson said, call Trina. I called Trina. And she said, Trina, what happened to that post that you had up? And Trina says, oh, Mama D, Jasmine told me to take it down because she didn't want Dana J. Not Dana J. Yeah, Dana J. Yeah, not Dana. She didn't want Dana J. calling Daddy Lolo's baby mama to start some shit. So that's why the post was asked to be removed. So there would be no drama because Jasmine and him was around one another. This is why when we had that meet and greet, you catch Dana apologizing to Daddy Lolo in that video. It will have everything to do with Jasmine Johnson. When Kevin Terrell was DJing at the meet and greet, and Daddy Lolo was standing there looking with his arms balled up and he just looking or whatever, and Dana J made an open, publicly apology to this man. That's what took place. Because of the Jasmine situation. Because Jasmine was over there all on Daddy Lolo nuts. She had to say, fuck goddamn Dana. Fuck that shit. Dana say he the God. What Dana call himself? Rob was his mentee. His mentor, and he was the mentee, but like a son. She didn't want him no more. She wanted the godson. She was at the motherfucking Daddy Lolo because they said power love. But they got the game messed up. They love to do this as soon as I get live. My phone can be dry as hell. Won't nobody call me, y'all. As soon as I got something to do, my phone, boop, 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 stop calling me. So that's what took place with the Daddy Lolo situation and Dana J. Yeah, she went from nigga to nigga. She was up here running around like a fucking thirsty ass fucking thought that she is. So I'm seeing a lot of people calling themselves R. Kelly supporters, but they sympathizing with Jasmine. Are y'all fucking serious? Jasmine went to Chicago to set R. Kelly up. Okay? The sympathizing shit is for me to tell you, fuck you in your feelings, and you don't get no Kleenex. Cry a river and drown in the motherfucker. Because this bitch had every intentions, and I do mean every intent, to have fucking R. Kelly brought up on some more fucking charges. She was sent in by Angelo Clary. I ain't making this shit up. This ain't no hearsay. I'm telling you, the bitch was sent. The bitch was sent in by Angelo. Because let me tell you why I know. Several reasons why I know. One of the reasons were later on. This is how Dana found out that this girl allegedly, was still in Chicago, even though we had already peeped it out and shit. Me and D looking and shit, and we like, damn, that's a Starbucks and shit. This bitch say she on the bus or whatever. She's telling Dana different stories, but we're looking at her on live, and this bitch is at the Starbucks, getting ready to continue stalking R. Kelly. That ain't the mega bus this bitch is on. This bitch is at the fucking Starbucks down the street from the Trumps. It's where Jasmine Johnson was. And then D was like, look at her coat. Look what she got on. I said, I don't even understand, because if she was already here in North Carolina, there would be no reason for her to have no fucking coat on. She told the man that she was in motherfucking Charlotte, to be exact, headed to Connecticut, is what she said. So Dana was like, oh no, Jasmine in Charlotte. No, she ain't, motherfucker. It is goddamn hot as a fucking oven out here in North Carolina. I know, because I live in North Carolina. And I'm not but 3.5 hours away from Charlotte. So I was like, there's no way. I'm looking at the weather and what I got on. I barely got on any clothes. There's no way Jasmine is bundled the fuck up. Boo. In North Carolina, and it's fucking hot as hell out here, and it's sunny outside, and there is not a gray cloud nowhere to be found. But in her video, it's gray, and it's cold. This is not North Carolina. She can't be. No way. So D was like, I'm gonna bust this bitch. You watch and see. So D, like I said, we contacted Trania, and Trania told us what it was. When Trania told us what it was, we fucking called Dana and said to Dana J, like, bitch, do you really know where the fuck this bitch is at? She is still fucking in Chicago. So there was another woman by the name of D Magnolia, who was also a member of I'm My Brother's Keeper. D Magnolia, myself, Demi, and D, and Sylvia, and I can't remember, I think a woman named Grace Fonts. All of us was like, yo, this bitch is lying. And the woman named Cindy. So Cindy was like, I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck Jasmine is telling me. So she's up there trying to get Jasmine to do certain things to see if Jasmine gonna respond. So Jasmine is responding to the lady, and the lady is asking her, and I can show y'all those motherfucking messages. I got them still. Of Jasmine Johnson, and ain't no a fake person. It's Jasmine's fucking page. Jada 26 or whatever. That chick there. She's there talking to this lady, and the lady was like, ooh, tell R. Kelly this. Ooh, take a picture of this. Take a picture of my boobs, send it to R. Kelly. And she's like, girl, you crazy. And he told me my lips were beautiful, and he just loved my lips, and he was just touching on me and all this stuff. And I was like, this bitch is fucking lying. None of this shit took place. She is fucking lying. And this is what she's saying it took place when we were at the gym. And it did not happen. And he was bringing us home. And she was like, just feeding this woman all this bullshit. So I was like, this bitch on some dumb shit. Like why would she be doing this? And for months she been out here with everybody acting like she support R. Kelly. Now she out here screaming that her and R. Kelly had some kind of sexual relationship, which is not fucking true. So we being who we are went in on her fucking ass and went to exposing her ass. That's when Sharon Winbush went to put up a fucking picture of my face, then a picture of D. Wilson's face, and then a picture of all of him too, saying that we're sucking Dana J's dick, and allegedly this is supposed to be Dana's dick that we want to fucking suck, and Antoinette is supposed to be the fucking crackhead, and D is a thirsty bitch, and I'm begging too, please, please, please fuck me, Dana, and it's a dick, and it's supposed to be Dana. So I'm like, what the fuck is really going on? So, bitch, this is what you trying to fucking do, Jasmine? Really, this what y'all trying to do? So I knew that she had sent a fucking picture Not just to fucking Dana J, but to another man of her ass being naked or in her fucking underwear. So I posted it. And I told y'all I don't regret it, and no, I don't still to date. Here we is going on the third fucking year, and I meant what I meant. I did what I did, and I don't regret it. Because one thing is for certain, and two things are for sure. There is nothing that can be fucking taken off of this internet. You can delete something, but it still remains in the cloud. I'm a mother of 4 sons. You're not going to be out here talking about I'm up here begging to suck some fucking man's dick, and you think that you're going to get away with that shit, and I'm not going to say nothing about it. I'm just going to sit back and let you fucking do me like that. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Not only that, but these women that you did this shit to are fucking your elders, you dumb, dusty ass, crack-headed, bum, broke bitch. Okay? She had me all the way twisted, okay? So I'm like, no, she's not finna disrespect them like that. None of them are, because they are old enough to be her fucking grandmother. You understand what I'm saying? Or or even their mother. You're not gonna do that, my nigga. You're not gonna do that. And think that it's okay. And so you act like that you could just bring fire and I ain't got no gasoline. I ain't got no gasoline. You wanted a fire. Well, I'm gonna fucking light it up. And so I did. So Dr. Rice and Sharon had a problem with that until it was okay for Dr. Rice to show all of y'all her fucking text messages to her. Oh, I don't know how I can ever repay you, and thank you for what you've done for me. It was okay for Jasmine to do that shit, you know what I'm saying? And him to fucking expose that. But when she had my face beside whoever dick it was, and had my sister's D face beside a dick, whoever that may have been, and my motherfucking sister Antoinette fucking face beside a fucking dick, all of that shit was okay. Nobody had no problem with that shit. All because we were fucking dealing with fucking Dana J. So it was okay for us to be violated. And we have done nothing but go out here and spend our fucking own money, bought our own places, went to these court dates, went out here on these fucking streets of Chicago where we were not from, and made ourselves a motherfucking goddamn welcome committee in that bitch. We here to tell y'all that the king is innocent, and where the fuck were they at? There was not but so many from this state that would come out and show up. So I really don't care about what most of you have to say, because the question that I have to ask, as you know, the saying that they say, where were the parents? Where were the supporters? Where the fuck were y'all at? Oh, I know. Over here dick riding, chasing, and believing everything other motherfuckers had to say while y'all was out here trying to clown us. You know what I'm saying? So, back to that lady D Magnolia. D Magnolia paid for this girl to get from Chicago, because everybody had sent her money. From the lady Cindy and Grace. They were in Canada and Australia. All these people were sending Jasmine money. I also showed the receipts too of these people who sent money. But Grace was a teacher, and Grace wanted to be very mindful how things went out there, because she didn't want it to affect what was going on, because she was a professor at a college, and she didn't want it to get out that, you know, she was supporting R. Kelly, and people end up firing her or attacking her because of it. I understood certain people's positions, that everybody couldn't openly come out here and support R. Kelly because of their job positions. I didn't have a job at the time, but I do now, and I don't give a fuck. My superintendent knows I support R. Kelly. I walk around with the free R. Kelly, justice for R. Kelly, sweater, fucking face mask, the whole fucking nine. You dig? Because ain't nobody gonna fucking tell me who the fuck I can and cannot support. Just like this job, there's another motherfucking job. That's the fucking reality. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, others ain't built like that and don't think like that, and I get it, cool beans. You understand what I'm saying? I respect that. However, in the midst of knowing that Jasmine was there, Sylvia's on the phone with me and Data, Dibby, and D. Me, D, Dibby, Sylvia. I think Dallas was on the phone. And Dana. And the conversation and the topic was about Jasmine. So Dana was like, man, I can't believe that girl's still there, man. What the fuck is she doing? Why the fuck is she still there? So Sylvia says, I gave her the address to the gym. And I was like, say what? She was like, yeah, she said that Rob invited her, so she needed the address to the gym. And I said, stop, pause. Did you just hear what the fuck you just said? You sound fucking retarded as fuck, Sylvia. Rob invited her to the gym, but he does not provide her with the address to get there. And she calls you and you give her the address. Come on now. Make that shit make sense, Sylvia. You just fucking sent this little stupid bitch in here to fucking set Robert up. Because she's supposed to be all the way in North Carolina heading back home to fucking, oh, no, going to Connecticut from North Carolina. And she's telling Dana this. So you gave her the address to the gym, and Dana still wasn't catching on to what the fuck was said. So I said, Dana, did you hear Sylvia had something to say? And she repeated it. And Dana said, what the fuck did you just say, Sylvia? And then Sylvia says what the fuck she said. I gave her the address. So Dana starts flipping and shit. He was like, yo, that don't look good on me. That's going to make it look like I was trying to fucking set Rob up. I ain't going to never be welcome around Rob. I can't believe you did that, Sylvia. I can't believe you did that. Sylvia said, I didn't know. I didn't know, Dana. And Dana's just like, yo, I just fucking can't believe this shit. So, like, he's having a panic attack and shit. So I'm like, hold up, calm down. This is what needs to be fucking done. If you didn't know, and it was never your intention to have that girl to be there, you need to clear the airwaves with Robert, Sylvia. You need to let him know what was said and that Dana J had nothing to do with this. Sylvia got mad. Oh, the old polite, I don't cuss, none of that. Oh no, the bitch from Brooklyn came out. The real gutter bitch that y'all don't know came out. I don't give a fuck. Fuck this shit. I don't need this motherfucking shit. I'm done with it. And hung the fucking phone up. Dana was stuck on dumb. He said, did she just say? I said, yeah, bro. She said that. He said, did she just fucking hang the phone up? I said, yep. And she did that too. And he was like, what the fuck? So I said, yeah, she said she gave the address. And now she flipping the fuck out. Dana was like, yo, I can't believe this. Yo, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe this fucking shit just happened, yo. Yo, this shit don't fucking look good. So then Dana J calls me back later on and tells me that Angelo now is reaching out to him, telling him, you better get that girl, Jasmine, Jada Star, 27, 26, whatever she is, from out of Chicago, because her parents looking for her, and they saying this, they haven't heard from her, and they hope this ain't an R. Kelly trapped in the closet situation. You better get that girl from there. So I'm thinking like, well, how the fuck you know she did? And furthermore, where the fuck the post at? He claimed he seen this shit on Twitter. I've been on Twitter. I ain't see Jasmine Mama post that shit. And ain't none of y'all seen Jasmine Mama post that shit. Or nobody posting anything about Jasmine whereabouts and looking for her. So I'm like, why in the fuck is he saying this shit? So now he's telling Dana that TMZ is watching and they see everything. He's talking about the bitch at the gym. Now, furthermore, how would you know that she's at the fucking gym, Angelo? Far as we all know, the bitch is in Chicago at Starbucks. You know what I mean? Until Sylvia admits to giving the address to the fucking gym. Now, all of a sudden, Angelo knows the shorty's at the gym. And the mom is looking for her. The shit that I'm telling y'all is some of the reasons why we had to back away from Dana. Because shit didn't add up and was not looking good. And I was just like, this is fucking crazy. This just does not add the fuck up. Like, what the fuck is going on? So then Denise tells us that Jasmine tells her that Dana J had to go pick up money from Western Union from motherfucking Angelo Clary. It was supposed to be $3,000. And I'm just like, what the fuck is really going on here? Like, Is Jasmine saying this because she fucking crazy? You know what I'm saying? At first, we wasn't trying to believe none of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? We was thinking the bitch is just crazy because she out here stalking and having a fucking fit because R. Kelly isn't paying her any mind. Who would, bitch? You look like a fucking homeless ass fucking um Gollum from fucking Where's my ring? Where's the ring? My ring. She looked like the little motherfucker from the Lord of the Rings and shit. So nobody's taking you serious. Yeah, Tiff, that we did that. But what I'm not gonna do is continue to let people keep putting us in shit. And as we sit back and play the fucking background, we continually being drugged into something and truth is not being told. I don't care what they got going on. I done let them have their fucking playground and let them play because I'm not a child. I let children play. But when children start stepping out of line and getting into adult business, then you have to fucking put children in their places. So that's what you see me doing here, baby. And yes, Sissy, a fucking gremlin she was. But that's the only reason, Tiff. Other than that, I be trying to chill and mind my business. Y'all haven't heard nothing from me since the other night. And for a whole damn near over a year or so. I go to my Twitter and I post shit. I even stopped posting on IG, giving y'all information, and actually deleted everybody off of my IG pages. Because when I shared the video of Kiona with Dr. Rice, all of a sudden my pages get hit. It's a page with so much information that people probably like, I know I've seen this shit before. Where is that? Where is that? It's gone because our page was taken down. It's 2 years now. We have not seen this page. None of the information that was on it is hit. It's hit. It's gone. It's a done deal. The whole goal and target was to keep him to the fuck out of the way because him too saw a lot of shit, knew a lot of shit, and put a lot of shit together. And him too is a group of women that Robert loves, has reached out to, and told Dana J that don't bring nobody else around here. When you come and you want to bring some people, it better be those women. It need not be no other group of women or other supporters. I like these women right here. I feel comfortable with them. That's what it always has been. Period. Now, dealings with Sylvia. Sylvia wanted to tell the story of Shabazz and the Airbnb situation. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We leave court. Come back to the Airbnb. She takes Nyree to the bus station so Nyree can head back home to Milwaukee. It's just me, Dana, Shantae, Shantae's children, Shantae's husband. And did I say you, Demi? All of us is at the Airbnb. Dallas and her best friend at the time. I don't know if they still are friends or not. They were all there. After court was over, like I said, we went to got something to eat. We came back. Sylvia took Nyree to the bus station because Nyree had a bus to catch so she can get back home for work. That situation was also put up. You can go through my community post and you will see where I show that money was given to Sylvia. Nyree did not steal anything. Nyree did not want to come because she says, I'm not going to get paid because it's a holiday and I'm not going to have the money to travel. Sylvia was persistent. Her and Denise, aka Sunshine, who does be on that used to be, I don't know if she's still on Dana's channel, but Miss Denise, or Denise, whatever y'all want to call her, Denise was there on the phone saying, yeah, y'all need to show up and, just be there, whatever. I'll pay. I'll send the money. So Nyree really didn't want to come. But Nyree ended up paying Sylvia back the money in the whole nine. And for the room, her portion of the Airbnb staying, Shantae took her portion from her daughter because her daughter didn't come. It was just her sons. And she said to Sylvia, I know because it's me, her, and Sylvia. We went to Checkers, no, Sonic, because I love ice. And they took me to Sonic to get some ice before we went to the back to the Airbnb where they picked me up from the airport. And Shantae's husband wasn't comfortable with Dana J being there, and which it wasn't supposed to be no Dana J. He was supposed to had his own Airbnb. But Sylvia did not tell us until the fact of this man's arrival where she went to go and pick him up. And this is where Shantae's husband has a problem because he was like, he's a grown man. He's not finna eat and stay off of y'all and off nobody's dime. Da 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 da. So Shantae told her husband, "I'm paying for Naire's portion because Naire didn't have any money to come, and so I'm just gonna take the part where her daughter Bree was gonna be there, and since Bree didn't come, and I'ma just you know pay for Naire to have that part. She'll take Bree's spot. That's what took fucking place. Now, Sylvia, with all her BS, didn't tell us the whole nine that Dana J was still coming. Her daughter didn't really care for Dana J like that because Dana was always flirting and shit because that's what Dana does. He flirts with women and shit. And he might not mean nothing by it. That's just something that he just did, was just flirting. And Dallas didn't really care for him. In the midst of all of that there, while we did the Airbnb, like I said, she takes that Nairi off to the bus stop. I go to sleep. I wake up. When I wake up, Dana is telling me and the sisters, along with my sister Demi. I mean, Shantae was my sister until she did the fuck shit that she did, but there's no here or there. Um, and Sylvia, I was beginning to have feelings and caring about Sylvia. But I always knew that there was some underhanded shit with that Sylvia lady. I knew she was a Brooklyn bitch. They got her. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm from New York, okay? If you search me up now, you will know that I got a fucking Brooklyn address. I know these bitches. So he tells us there's somebody wants to meet with us. This somebody is Shabazz. And he wants to talk to us about doing a documentary. So I was like, still trying to gather what's being said because I'm just waking up. So Dana takes me on the back of the Airbnb on the deck outside. So I'm smoking my cigarette because mind you, I'm just waking up. And I'm like, do what? And he was like, I'm not gonna do this if y'all don't want to do this. If y'all don't want to do this, then we don't have to do this. I was like, so what is this documentary about? And he was like, it's supposed to be for R. Kelly. It's supposed to be showing the other side of what Lifetime did not want to show, the truth. Oh, I'm all for that because that's what the whole reason why we here. We've been trying to get fucking media to report the damn truth. So boom, we got a means of telling the world what needs to be told. So we all for this shit. You feel me? That's what we was here for. We came out here in this fight to get the attention of the media, to get the media to stop giving a one-sided story and to expose these damn lying ass heifers for what they were. Gold digging ass, extortion ass whores who were grown as women, period. So we go and we like, okay, cool, we gonna do this. And shit, and Shabazz breaks down his story, which he has never changed with any of us. Anytime you hear him, I'm not for R. Kelly or against R. Kelly. I'm for black man, and if this happens, if we let this happen to him, this can happen to the rest of us. So he got the whole point of what the fuck was going on. I don't care whether you supported R. Kelly like I supported R. Kelly, but you understood the goal was me being with 4 sons who are black males. You understand what I'm saying? With nephews who are black, uncles, my dad, brothers, all black. All it takes is for one bitch to say one thing, and my brothers, my father, my sons are getting locked the fuck up. because there was never any evidence needed. When they did what they did to Emmett Till, there was never any evidence given. It was by hearsay, word of mouth, that has taken the lives of our black brothers. So I'm all for the fact that Shabazz has an outlet that we can use. So we all in the house. We sit at the table. Shabazz comes in. Sylvia says she ain't never talked to Shabazz. Sylvia, your pussy was so hot. Baby, I could put you a fucking pack of cubes of ice down that joint to cool it off. Because you was so on that damn man that you did not even leave from the Airbnb. You need me to remind you that you did not leave from the Airbnb to go to the hotel where we went to do the filming at the Armani. You got into that pearl Cadillac CTV or CTS or whatever it is. I knew it was the pearl Cadillac that Shabazz was driving. She was like, I ride with you. I'm going to ride with you. Now, why would you ride with him when you got a whole Dodge little mini SUV type van joint and Shantae? No. Yeah, and Shantae got the little Dodge joint and you got the whole Jeep Cherokee. There's room, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Nobody was going to be uncomfortable. The driver, the passenger, and the 2 passengers in the back. There was nobody in the middle, so everybody was riding comfortable. No. Your hot cunt was so desperate for attention, you jumped in that damn car with Shabazz, Sylvia. And we was like, what you doing, Sylvia? And you, y'all stop. Bitch, we knew what the fuck you was doing. We women, we know when another woman is interested in a man. So when she found out that Shabazz was from New York, which wasn't even hard to tell because of his accent, that you had to know that he was from up north. Baby, she was after that man. So then Dana had to be the cop blocker. He was like, oh, I'm going to ride with y'all. So Dana gets in with Shabazz and her. So for her to say that, I ain't never talked to that man. Bitch, you rode all the way from the Airbnb to downtown Chicago. And we was not that close to downtown Chicago. But you had enough to say, enough time to communicate and talk to this man. So stop that bullshit you saying. That he didn't even speak to your daughter, he did. He spoke to everyone in the house. Hello, how y'all doing? Da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. All of that was taking place. Let's not do that. Stop and learn to listen, Sylvia, because the thing is, what you wasn't doing was listening to what that man was saying. And it's not here defending Dana nor Shabazz. Because I don't have no love for neither one of them. But you lied just like Dana was lying. Y'all gonna tell the story, tell it right. Put the pieces where they supposed to be. And since y'all call yourselves filling it in, no. Consider me the filling. Because I'm going to tell it like it was. That's exactly how that took place with the Shabazz situation and her. Anything after that, I cannot tell you what happened at that dinner table because I was not there. I was not messing with them at that time anymore. We had cut ties. So there wasn't Siobhan, Demi D, Ashante, Sylvia, Dana, Dallas, this person, Nairi. None of that. It was none of us. Like, things had changed. People were removing themselves, extracting, like getting away from this and moving on. That's what took place. It wasn't like it used to be. There wasn't let's get together for the cause. When shit started appearing crazy, it was no cause no more. We not getting together. Ain't no affiliation here, baby. We getting the fuck away. because I don't want to be mixed up in hearsay and she said and that person said. That's why things fell apart. Yep, Demi, you was with Sylvia and Irie when they went back to the what's name. So you know exactly to drop her off at the bus station. So you know I'm not lying. That this shit, what's the name? And she damn sure rode in that car with Shabazz. So she was speaking to Shabazz while she acting like she wasn't with Shabazz. She was. She damn sure was. But thank you, Casey. And how you doing? She was support a whole bunch of shit and trying to act like she ain't had nothing to do with nothing. But whenever, like I said, when it came out that she gave the address, she got fly, cussed Dana J out and told him she ain't got time for this shit. Fuck this, and she left. But Dana was just so deadbeat on not believing that this bitch just said fuck him. And I was just like, she said fuck you, keep it moving, fuck her. It is what it is. And let Rob know that, Sylvia was the one who gave the address, that you had nothing to do with that. So that's right, Rain. That's exactly why she's very fucking sneaky and vindictive. Oh, y'all have no fucking clue. This bitch here is something else. Don't retract your message. You said what you said, meaning to say it with your chest. You said it, you meant it. But that's exactly why she is. And what she did. So the question is, what everybody need to be sitting here is questioning all the stuff that I'm putting out and connecting these fucking dots, because I already know who's who and who did what and who played what part and who's playing what part. But y'all need to figure out who it is, because so much information has been given to you. Those who know. Those who don't, just don't. But connect the dots and you will see the people who are a part of this fuckery. See, it's funny how it was okay for Sylvia to go along with everything negative that Dana had to say about us. It was all good. But when the tables turned, it's funny how now I'm not telling a lie. I was never lying from the beginning when I said what I said about Sylvia. Sylvia ain't never gave a fuck for Dana like that. Sylvia used to talk shit about Dana. Dog his ass the fuck out. Hell, as a matter of fact, after we came back from filming the damn documentary, they had a big falling out in the fucking house. I'm in my damn room, me and Demi, and no. I think it was the night before. Yeah, it was the night before because court was the next morning, and I actually had got up and I ironed Dana J's shirt for him because it was wrinkled. And I'm like, he can't go to court like that. Rob already done checked his ass about that shirt and that damn that t-shirt he had on with that suit jacket. So let me go iron this man's shirt. Sylvia and him had got into it, and Sylvia was just making a fuss. Dana was correcting Shantae's son, which Shantae didn't have a problem with it. Neither did Shantae's husband. Sylvia did have a problem with it, and she was just like attacking Dana J, finding any little thing to nitpick with him. And they was just at it and shit. And I'm like, but why did she invite him to come and stay if she knows she really didn't want him to be here? So he said what was running through my fucking mind and what was running through everybody else's mind to her. Well, if you know you ain't really want me to be here, fine. I don't give a fuck. I'll call my bro Will and have him come and get me. I ain't got to stay here. So now Shantae's husband is like feeling some type of way, seeing what Sylvia's doing. So he also finds out that Dana J paid to be there. He gave Sylvia money. Thank you, Rain. I appreciate it. I can't guarantee you that it's a I'm here, but I'm here for right now at this moment though, sis. But found out that Dana paid, and any monies that Dana owed, except for me because I ain't never get mine back. But it's no big deal. I did it from my heart because I was asked by my sis Demi to help Dana on the situation. But it's all good. I ain't broke. Wasn't broke when I was there, and I didn't have a job. So count that as your blessings. Ain't to take no shots, but I'm just saying, bruh. It's all good. It ain't no biggie. But Sylvia received money from Dana. Dana paid for his way there at that Airbnb, you know what I'm saying? And Shantae's husband found out, and so he was a little bit more comfortable then at this point with Dana being there because Dana paid his way, and him being a man, he just felt like a man shouldn't be mooching off a whole bunch of women, but Dana paid his way. So that gave Shantae's husband some form of I guess I want to say a little bit of respect towards Dana because he didn't really care for him neither and shit. But thank you, Pat. But Dana, like I said, he gave Sylvia. Sylvia lied, didn't even tell Shantae that Nyree paid her no money. So when Sylvia was lying on me, I fucking reached out to Shantae and was like, tell that lying ass bitch to give you your fucking money. And Shantae was like, what money? I said the money that you paid for. You paid her the money for your daughter being there, and she also got money from Nyree. So if you paying for your daughter being there and your daughter wasn't there, and Nyree took the place of that, the money should have went back to you because she already received the money for the Airbnb. Yeah, she didn't give Shantae that money. She pocketed that money. Then on top of that, the price began to change. Why? Because Dana J pays to stay. So that's more heads, meaning more money is being given. So she ain't just steal from Shantae, stole from me, Demi, to the other people who paid. She stole from us too. I don't know whether or not she collected money from supporters. Power love. I don't know if she collected this money from so-called supporters and then ended up not giving Nicole the money, but she do got a tendency of getting money and not fucking paying people who she should be paying though. That's what I'm gonna say. And I ain't the one to gossip, but you did hear it here first. I did say that. I'm just saying. Hey, if a cat is black, you gonna call that's a black cat. If a duck quack, you gonna say the duck quack. If a rooster roo, you gonna say that's what the rooster do, right? If a dog is barking, you gonna say that dog barking. The cow mooing, you gonna say it's mooing. Well, I'm telling you, I'm saying what I'm saying, cause something just ain't right. Some people just be doing some real underhanded snake ass shit and be hiding their fucking hands. Now, what I was told that Dr. Rogers asked that child Dallas about was Shabazz gonna pay her, and that she should get paid because he paid for them and they don't pay for nothing when they come out. That he fits the bill for that. So make sure that he pays and don't let Dana J block you from getting this money. Sylvia, he didn't say that you asked for money, the Dallas asked for money. That's not what that man said in that video. If you learn to listen, which we had this conversation 10 years ago, the problem with you is you too damn quick to jump to conclusions because you rather not fucking listen to things. And you always think that somebody is out attacking you and they're not attacking you. Even your own daughter told you, Mama, you gotta stop doing that. Because it's true and you still doing that. And as old as you are, baby, you're never going to change. And I mean, to be in your fucking 50s, damn near 60s and still doing that, baby, you done lived a half a damn century and you still on stupid shit and mistaking things because you care not to listen. Sylvia, learn to listen. Learn to listen, baby. That's all you got to do. Power love. Who's all these people calling my damn alone. Just learn to listen, and it would do you better if you would just do that and not sit here and do the things that you do and sitting up here calling other folks liars because you're not listening and you're lying in the midst of calling yourself trying to tell the truth. There is no truth in what you have been saying, ma'am. No, ma'am, it's not. I don't know who bought who food. I don't give a damn who bought who fucking food. But I do know one thing, that Shabazz did not buy me no food. Shabazz didn't buy anybody in that hotel room when we did this documentary any food. And it's another thing that needs to be fucking clear. Yes, the sisters were called up the second time around. Because the first time around, when they were mentioned about being in the documentary, and why was they called up again? Because they were called the first time. And Dana J never told Shabazz about the sisters. When Shabazz was saying he's been trying to locate different people to be a part of this documentary, I said, well, did you reach out to the sisters? They are here as well. He was like, really, they're here? I did not know that. I said, Dana J can reach them for you. Dana called them and let them know. Dana did. Dr. Rogers was like, I don't know. So when we got to the hotel and after we were done filming, she was called up again. And that's whenever Shabazz convinced them, well, you might as well come on, because we was doing a hurricane in North Carolina. So we was going through bad weather. So while we going through the bad weather in North Carolina, and it was all up the whole East Coast or whatever, we're dealing with a hurricane, he was like, y'all might as well stay another day. I pay for it. I got you, and I rebook your flights. It's nothing. I pay for all that. So y'all just, y'all can go ahead. So Dr. Rogers was like, okay. Okay, let me speak back with the sisters. And they agreed. Because I want to say Renee was leaving ahead before. Yeah, Renee was leaving because Cassandra had came with Dr. Rogers. Renee had already been in Chicago before Dr. Rogers and Cassandra, because Cassandra and them ended up going to Baltimore with a rental car or some shit or whatever, her and Dr. Rogers. And that's how that happened. So Renee's flight was leaving ahead of Dr. Rogers and Cassandra's flight. So the reason how come the sisters came about, I don't care what Shabazz story is about who is the person. I am the person who brought it up in the Airbnb, and it was brought up again by Sylvia at the hotel, saying anybody's gonna call the sisters. Dana, you gonna call the sisters? That's how that happened. And Dana was like, oh yeah. Let me call them back. And that's whenever he did, and he gave the phone to Shabazz. That's how they was a part of the documentary, because they wasn't even thought about. Truthfully, he didn't know how to reach them in anything in that nature. What he said to us is that I heard y'all was on YouTube. No, I heard that y'all was in Chicago marching, and I seen it on YouTube, and I've been trying to see how I can get in touch with y'all. That's how that happened. Now, I still don't know how Shabazz got in contact with Dana J. I know that it happened, because I woke up to all of this. And in the midst of him saying, he was trying to get people to interview and put in his documentary, I also mentioned William Eady. I was like, well, William Eady's here. Have you reached out to him? Have you reached out to his other best friend, Keith? I asked him about these people. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, I haven't got in touch with them. I was like, well, his sisters are here. And that's whenever he was like, word, oh, I need to get in touch with them. And Dana reached out to Dr. Rogers and already gave her a heads up. So when the man said he was going to pay for them to get back home, that's when they decided to go ahead and stay. Because they was kind of iffy about doing the documentary themselves. Everybody got their own little version of the story they want to tell. But I can remember things since I was 3 years of age. Ain't nothing wrong with my memory. Nothing at all. It ain't shot to hell or none of that. Believe me when I tell y'all this. But I don't even understand why we even back on this Jasmine situation. Why is she even being spoken of? Like, she's a non-fucking factor. Because we did what we needed to do to get this bitch out of the way. Because she had every intent on framing R. Kelly, catching him up with some more fucking charges. And why she hasn't been back to Chicago whenever we were in town, because she was told that when I see her, I'm going to crack her fucking shit. And that, dear friends in this chat and foes, that is not a fucking threat. That's a whole fact. Because you betrayed and you lied. You went all through social media with pages supporting this man to only go out there to set this man up. Then to see that the day of your arrival, you communicating with Cash Jones. How Cash? How did you know Cash? And why was it necessary for you to be telling her you here? And how come she knew everything? And why was she allegedly one of the people to confront Robert, to tell Robert, to call him and tell him to get your ass up out of there? After the fact, Sylvia, what did you do, Sylvia? Gave her the address. Who paid for the Uber to get there? Now, R. Kelly wanted her to be there. Why didn't he pay for the Uber and have the Uber come and pick her up? R. Kelly would have just sent a Uber or a driver to go and pick up someone he was interested in. The driver would have known where to drop the person off at. She didn't need the address. But he wanted to see her like he was some fucking crackhead bum ass nigga from around the way that just, you know what I'm saying, come through, shorty. I want to fucking holler at you, you know what I mean? Come through, get your folks to bring you through or whatever. Not that, oh, yo, man, you come through, I got you. I'm going to pay for it. Just come on through, get your shit together, whatever, whatever. None of that right there. The king of R&B now. He couldn't afford a fucking Uber for this bum bitch to come and see him. That he was so infatuated with lips and shit. Girl, kill your fucking self and stop the madness. This is the things that I want you to ask yourself, y'all. You gotta ask yourself, how does any of that make any fucking sense? Thank you, Rain. You gotta ask yourself that, because why would he say come see me, but he don't give you an address and none of that? Most guys, or even women that invite people to their homes, say, here, come and see me. Well, I don't know where you live. I don't know where you at. I don't know such and such and such. Send me the address. You know how else I'm supposed to get there. But none of that was discussed. He just said, just come over and come and see me, but not give her a fucking address. You see my face? Make it make fucking sense, y'all. Don't none of that shit make no sense to anybody. But let Jasmine tell it. This is what happened, and Sylvia just, oh, you know, oh my God. I need to give her the address. But Cash paid for the Uber. Cash paid for the Uber. Don Russell got mad. Told Robert to get the bitch out of there. She was there to set him up. So again, when I asked y'all, how did he know, did Angelo know that this child was there? Well, his mistress knew that she was there, and his mistress is Cash. So who sent her on this dummy mission? Because I heard Cash Jones said that there were many times, I think she even said it on Debosky's channel, that there were many times that they used to try to send girls in of underage trying to steal frame R. Kelly. They sent Jasmine because she looked like she was a child, but the bitch ID, I know for a fact, stated, Dr. Rogers knows for a fact, Sharon Wimbush herself Know for a fact because she had the bitch's ID all over. Talking about she think it's fake. But where you wrong at, baby, where it's not fucking a fake ID, it's because that's actually a South Carolina ID. And that's exactly what South Carolina IDs look like. And that was the exact governor signature on that fucking ID. And the way IDs are made today with the barcode, you got to be one hell of a fucking criminal to be able to duplicate and create you an ID. You got to have the right form of paper and it has to have a symbol. Whatever that state symbol is, it has to reflect in these IDs as well. Jasmine had an official ID. Alexis Coop seen it. Because Alexis got bad because Rob had left. Like I said, nobody knew Rob left, and Alexis was upset because Rob had pulled off without her, and she was mad or whatever. So, yeah, she knows that Rob had never came downstairs and spoke to nobody at that Trump's house, inviting nobody to no motherfucking party and going out. This came from Dana's mouth. Robert did not tell anything to fucking Jasmine besides when we were in that Sprinter and he told her ass that he wasn't touching her on her fucking butt. Let's be fucking clear. Like, ain't nothing touching you but them fucking Gatorades. Because my hands ain't touching you. Which there wasn't. He had my lighter and his cigar like this and his other hand in between holding it. Both hands along with his phone because he was operating the music in the Sprinter. Because he was playing unheard of music that still nobody has heard but us that was in that Sprinter that night. It has not. Nobody who has leaked out his music and claiming this is new music. No. Y'all ain't heard the new music. No. And one of the things that he was playing, one of the songs, I was like, ooh, you brought us back that Illinois blues, huh? He was like, yeah. I said, what you know about that hole in the wall, Robert? Yeah, because I was standing up in the Sprinter dancing like I was in the hole in the wall and shit. I didn't give a fuck that was R. Kelly. I was me and he was he. And we both human and I felt comfortable around him. I wasn't starstruck because I have family members and I've been around niggas that are fucking stars and shit. I've been inside studios with fucking artists. So it's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I ain't thirsty for no fucking attention, but I was being me and he was being him. And he was comfortable around us, except for that Jasmine chick. He wasn't comfortable around that chick from the Lord of the Rings. No. Bro was like, bitch, get the fuck away. Like, get her out of here. He's the sooner he could get her away, he did. He dropped their asses right off too. And y'all can see the picture with Dana standing outside of an Airbnb at night or a building. And Robert is in some bedroom slippers in that coat. That coat that bum bitch Azrael cut up. That's the coat that Robert had on. And he was standing outside of the Sprinter. That's where Dana and Jasmine stayed. There was no other fucking time after that. At the child support court, Dana and her actually walked to child support court because where our Airbnbs were, we were close to downtown to where we could walk to that particular court, the family court. But we rode in a car. Shalonda and us all rode into the car there. Jasmine and Dana walked from their Airbnb to the courthouse. Now Dana is supposed to be raping this girl. I told you I don't care how I feel about the boy. He ain't raped that girl. And ain't no way I'm going to go along with saying that this man raped this girl when I'm all for the fucking truth and for men being falsely accused. So why would I go along and say that Dana raped somebody when Dana didn't? This girl was there on her own free will. Dr. Rice didn't rape that girl neither. because I can show you where she's communicating with Cash. She's communicating with Dr. Rice at the same motherfucking time. So you gotta make what I'm telling y'all make the fuck sense. You heard me? While y'all out here sympathizing with this chicken head, this setup queen, who is possibly Geronda's sister. I'm just saying. Geronda Johnson, Jasmine Johnson. Jasmine's from Detroit, Michigan. I've always known that. That's where Shabazz picked the bitch up and flew her ass into North Carolina from. But she lives in South Carolina. She's supposed to live not too far from where Dr. Rogers used to live before Dr. Rogers just moved. Well, I think it's about time for me to get ready to get off this live. And one more thing for Okov. I know that you recorded my video and you put it on your live or whatever. But I got something for you, Atmos, because I never said that you didn't read transcripts or the motions. I actually said that that's what you were doing. If you listen closely, it seems like to me you and Sylvia both got hard hearing. And I don't understand how you could be in stage plays and you're not being able to fucking comprehend to what the fuck is being said. I never said that you did not read motions nor transcripts. What I said is that y'all did not read the information that was out there pertaining to R. Kelly's past cases and what the fuck was said about these parents. That's what I said, that y'all did not read, that y'all had to be told what to think and what to believe. And you were told by these same people that now are being exposed for the shit that they've had done and had y'all out here fighting and arguing and cussing and harassing and stalking people. That's what I said. And indeed, you do not hate R. Kelly. In fact, I know you very much admired him. And I will show all of your people, my people, everyone, how much you truly adored R. Kelly. So no, he doesn't hate him. He often wanted to be him. Yeah, I said that. And you can go and take that and put that back in the video. I'm not going to go back and forth with y'all because I told you I didn't have no fucking beef from the beginning. And I still ain't got no beef. But it is okay to let clowns play in the circus where they belong. I threw some of you motherfuckers peanuts. Some of y'all even deserve the banana stuck in your tailpipes. You dig? But I'm done playing with y'all. Y'all gonna stop fucking with me because I ain't her. And I will let everybody know that from the record, you're hearing it from Team Kells, him too, Kells Angels, R. Kelly, true supporter, that Atmos Love of Oak Cove does not hate R. Kelly. He did not lie in that part of the video. He actually loves him. And I will prove it to y'all when I get off this live. He does. But the next time that y'all want to tell a story, please be truthful in your story. And I won't have nothing to say. But all this jumping around and adding this and adding that when it didn't take place. Sylvia was with Jasmine, Dana J, Demetria, Ronda, and other supporters. I wasn't there. Demi wasn't there. Z Wilson wasn't there. Antoinette wasn't there. So we cannot precisely say what really took place other than what Rhonda said took place and what Dana said took place. Both of their stories are the same fucking stories of what took place at that Trump Towers and how they ended up at that cigar shop. And how Uncle Junebug zoomed the fuck off when he asked where Dana at. And, oh, and just in case y'all didn't hear it, like I said, it's over there on Opinionated News. On, I don't know which one of Trent's channels, but it's Opinionated News, where he's speaking to the lady Rhonda, and Rhonda tells them that Sylvia she overheard the conversation of the fucking cigar lounge, put it in GPS, and that's how they ended up doing some stalker shit. She wasn't invited. Nobody was invited. That's why it said that Junebug said, "Where's Dana?" Because it wasn't an invite. Sylvia told something about a sugar daddy, taking my daughter to get a sugar daddy. And I thought that that was a lie. But then things were said to Shantae in the past about her daughter. Um, Teach me how to get a sugar daddy. So I'm like, well, this sugar daddy situation keep coming up. Like, what the fuck? And it's coming up from the same people that are being accused of saying sugar daddy and out to get a sugar daddy. So I don't know. I did not hear these things because I was not there. I'm just knowing that I heard it from more than one person's mouth. On the sugar daddy incident, on the Trump incident, where everybody popped up, did what they did, the hollering and screaming, the popping up at the cigar shop, um, all of that type of behavior. I didn't witness none of that because I was not there. When I got there, Jasmine was the only member of all of the support groups that was at the gym because she was there with Dana still. Because Dana had already blew her back out earlier that day. Okay? And by the way, Jasmine's son's father, she also accused him of raping her after the fact that she got on her knees and gave him fellatio. Head, a blowjob, toppy, sloppy toppy, brain, a little knowledge and wisdom. So while y'all sympathizing with a psychotic person who's a pathological liar who makes it her business as a habitual rape artist of claiming everyone is raping her. R. Kelly is not the first man that she said raped her. She said Dana J raped her. She said damn near Dr. Rice tried to rape her and force her to have sex with her. And then she fucking put out there, she put out there too about her fucking baby daddy. She told me that herself. So, from the baby daddy to R. Kelly to Dana J to Dr. Rice. Daddy Lola, I'm surprised she didn't accuse you of raping her. All of y'all out here raping bitches. I don't even understand what's wrong with y'all. Y'all ought to do better. Especially raping a gremlin. You know what happens when you get a gremlin wet? They multiply. You don't need no more of those people out here claiming that they've been raped and they're not being touched. Do not put anything on them. Stay away from gremlins. Especially after hours. They damn sure ain't supposed to eat after hours. Now, I know y'all seen the gremlins. Y'all know better. The hell? No, I don't believe he touched it either. Ain't nobody touched that child. That child touched her damn self. Oh, Demetria, come back. Because yeah, you were the woman. Yeah, with your sister, yep. And y'all had to kick that little bum bitch the fuck out. What I'm saying is nothing bad about you or Ronda. All my beef is with this lying ass bitch and what she fucking did. So I mean, don't feel no type of way. I hope you didn't or whatever. Cause I'm just seeing this because I just clicked onto the chat. And Demetria said, I was with my motherfucking sister Rhonda while Sylvia chased Dana, and that's why we fell out. Let's clear that up. But yeah, y'all be easy. Yeah, this is all the stuff I told everybody. They can go back and hear what Rhonda had to say. So there's no beef over here. Never was any beef. Though things were told, a whole bunch of lies was out there, but we already been through that, Demetria. So I don't feel like we need to clear that up anymore because we already did. But however, Jasmine is a lying ass bitch. Period the fucking point blank, and Sylvia is too. And I stand on those things that I said. So like I said, if somebody wants to tell the story, tell it in its whole fucking truth. That the story is not something new. People have heard these stories a long time ago, yet the shit is still being thrown out here in circulation. And then it goes from people that was once on Jasmine's side to now making all these other assumptions to it was said that we were. And I'm not going to even, whatever. Sharon, you'll probably do a video on here talking shit about me. Probably will. I really don't give a fuck. You done did so much videos on us. Um, Sharon attacked us and said that we was attacking her on Dr. Rice's channel. But now she does the video and says that the bitch was suicide, Jasmine, and saying that she was allegedly getting about to be attacked. So now it's allegedly, as if you didn't believe, as if you don't believe it now, but in the beginning you believed all of those things that was being said about him too in Jasmine. When we were fighting to keep fucking Rod protected from this lying ass bitch. I never understood that. How you going against the grain for the very person you saying that you fucking supporting too and fighting for, and you protecting this bitch who went in here to set him up. I never understood that. So to now it's that it's allegedly she was attacked and she was scared, and so she was trying to commit suicide. Now I heard that suicide story from motherfucking Sylvia's mouth about Jasmine. I'm just telling y'all, there's a lot of shit that just don't fucking sit well. And if you over there with your hand like this here, or you like this here, I'm like, it's a reason. It's a fucking reason. Now, the pieces are there. Put them together. Put them together. All I'm going to tell you. Because I'm not no longer going to keep trying to explain to people who's the movers and the shakers and who played what part. Y'all already know the people who played the part. What their mission and goal was. What they were set out to do. Why they were set out to do it. Who sent them to do it. Well, I will say this right here before I log off. Him too ain't never had nothing to do with none of that shit. Anybody who said they was for R. Kelly and wanted to support R. Kelly and show that they were and was ready to go out here on the front lines for R. Kelly, I have no problem with that. Because whether I like you or not, I ain't here for you. We here for a purpose and a cause. And it was about freeing a man, and still to this day, it still remains freeing this fucking man, proving this man's innocence. So, I really don't care who people want to socialize me and put us to and attach us to. And another thing, yes, y'all did see Sylvia in a shirt that says Kel's Angels. Shantae and Siobhan and Demi was given the name Kel's Angels through Robert at the gym. Dee was not there. She didn't fly in. No, she flew in, but she didn't come. But that's a whole different story too. Because we was told that she said she was tired and for us to go head on and go to the gym because she had just flown in. But, couldn't find out that that never took place. So there's a lot of shit that was some sneaky, underhanded shit and a lot of division and people with their own motives to cause chaos and keep friction and separate people. Because in order to divide a kingdom, you must divide a kingdom from within. Okay? You destroy something from within. Like a disease, it goes from within, it takes over from the inside, then works its way on the outside. Everything must be destroyed from within. So when I say there's a lot of people who were around him too, were socializing or associated with us, are no longer a part, because a lot of those people intent was to pretend that they had the best interests for R. Kelly, but in the meanwhile, trying to destroy the group of women who were strong and was adamant, and still today we remain that. We just move a certain way now. But they had intentions on destroying us. And it was to get us out of the way. This is why I named always stayed in the middle of shit that we had nothing to do with. Nothing. All we ever did was fly out to Chicago, stand out in the fucking streets with bullhorns and signs. That's all. And show up to court. But when y'all hear stories about us, you never really hear that we did any harm to R. Kelly. You have people making their own little stories up of what they think we was doing. But there is never any proof that we done any fucking thing. Because we didn't. That's not how we built. So, our haters, be blessed. Stay up. And know one thing, when you know better, y'all will do better. Half of y'all don't have no damn sense, so I know you don't know no better. And this is why y'all doing the shit that y'all damn doing. And you ought to take the time out, those who do know better, take the time out and think about the things that has been told to y'all from all of these platforms, including mine. Put the parts together. Put it together. Because Jasmine is lying about the whole situation. To her meeting R. Kelly, all that. She didn't tell y'all she was in the bathroom washing up and Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. She went to telling y'all that R. Kelly house looked like this and all that. Like, and then Dr. Rice turns around and say they didn't have any sexual relationship. Then why are you keep coming out here with some fucking intimate relationship? Why do you keep saying intimate? Because they did not know each other on a personal level. So it was never no intimacy. So this is where I had my problem with Dr. Rice was on that note. And I called and confronted him. I actually had Shantae call and confront him on my way to New York to fucking see Rob at his first appearance of him being flown from Chicago to New York. When I saw that video of that little raggedy mouth bitch sitting there with their head scarf on, oh yeah, he said he liked my lips. Girl, stop. You can put a whole jug of lard on your damn lips and it still will never be pretty. Just be greasy, but it wouldn't be pretty. I didn't agree with none of that shit there, and I just felt like people keep saying, and I still feel that way. People keep saying that they're for R. Kelly, but they keep saying things that tie and place this man in further fucking trouble. And he never has anything to do with the shit, but somehow he's always being attached to something. Just like the Michael Williams situation. He admitted to the fucking judge he did not know Azriel was there. If he was sent by R. Kelly to fucking bomb up the house, to cause fucking harm to Azriel, why wouldn't he not know Azriel is there? Why is he telling the judge, I did not know she was there? Because why? It was never his intent to cause harm to her. His whole purpose of being there at that house was to get fucking payback. Oh, yeah, before I fucking leave this live, Cove, in case y'all did not know, the members that you fucking support, like Larry McGee. Cash Jones was allegedly raped by Michael Williams, her cousin. Those who know and listened to one of Larry's live one night, and Cash was there, and he says to Cash in the fucked up manner, but y'all wouldn't have took it fucked up because y'all didn't know the background behind that. Yeah, how your cousin doing, Cash? How your cousin doing? He was making fun of Cash being raped. Cash calls Angelo. How I know is because I spoke to Cash. Because she reached out, and anybody that's seen it on YouTube, that she had made a big ass post on YouTube with her phone number saying for me to reach her and contact her or whatever, because she didn't like the she had a problem about the audio that I had put out between her and Dana J. So I reached out because I'm never scared, you know what I'm saying? And Cash told me that Michael Williams raped her. And she told Angelo. Angelo told Larry. Larry made a big deal about it in a joking manner, like, ha ha ha, Cash, how your cousin doing? And I'm like, a man that's sitting here telling the whole world that he cares about women that allegedly supposed to be raped and abused by R. Kelly, he finds it fucking funny that Cash was raped. You gotta make that shit make fucking sense to me. So, why did the cousin go and attack Angelo? Could it be because it was out that he told Larry that he raped Cash, or because he was mistreating Cash and dogging Cash the fuck out. And so he came there to fuck Angelo up and make Angelo pay for the things he's done. But it had nothing to do with R. Kelly. Had nothing to do with R. Kelly. But it was just nice how they put it together out there and try to, make a whole little piece and saying Robert sent this man out here to fucking cause harm to Azriel, but yet the fucking bitch who thought that her life was on the fucking line and was afraid for her life when they had been posing in front of a burnt car that allegedly was meant for her ass to be burnt because, they said there was gasoline or whatever found around the house, evidence of that. I wouldn't be posing. I'd be trying to get the fuck out of Dodge because now I'm motherfucking scared. I want to hide under a rock. And as a matter of fact, I am telling the motherfucking prosecution, I ain't testifying. Fuck that. This nigga is crazy. Y'all ain't protecting me, so I ain't coming to fucking testify against him. If it was truly R. Kelly who did this shit to her, make that fucking make sense too. But this bitch down here posing. Jailhouse pose. All up there. Thought pose. All in front of a fucking burnt vehicle. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop the bullshit. But y'all, I just had to tell y'all that shit there. Just in case y'all didn't know, that girl was raped, and Larry McGee thought it was funny. And I think that that's the whole reason why Azriel car or Daddy's car got burnt the fuck up. It was beef between Michael Williams, who was very close, and I have this heifer on audio telling me that Michael Williams and motherfucking Angelo were close. The one, he was Cash's security. It's a lot of things y'all don't know. I be staying to myself, minding my business. And just certain things just really don't be mattering because is it really going to help Rob out? It's going to get Robert out. And if it's really that important enough for me to feel like it needs to be known, it'll go to the right hands that it need to be told to in the right ears. But y'all have a blessed one because I'm really tired. I've been to work today. Got to get ready and hit that clock one more again. And some more gains and shit. And I got a birthday coming up. I'm about to be 40, y'all. I'm about to be the big 40. So, yeah, I got to get some rest and shit because I can't stay looking young. And I don't get no rest. Got to get up at 5 in the morning. Eastern Standard Time. I don't have much more time. It's 10 o'clock. So before you know it, that alarm be going off and it be R. Kelly in the background telling me to get my ass up because it's him playing in my background for my alarm to wake me up in the mornings. It's Where Is Love. That's what plays every morning. It's been playing on my phone for 2 years to wake me up. So I gotta get some rest, y'all. But I just wanted to let y'all know him too was never around none of that shit that these people was talking about. It took place, and like I said, you can go over there and listen to Miss Ronda tell her fucking what the Trump Tower situation, the sugar daddy shit, all that. It's on Opinionated News. You can go check it out over there on Trent's channel. I don't know which, because he got 2 channels, I believe. Don't know which one it was, but it's over there. Y'all, peace, good night, and blessings. Be up, stay safe, and don't fall in the trap with these motherfuckers. Y'all stay easy. Good night, folks.